Let's get good. I am the Gamer Under Development, and this is Endless Space 2 Awakening. We are the Shotgun Fleet Whelping Nakalim, and I'm not salty at all. Okay, so in the last episode, guys, we finished off by testing out our Shotgun Fleet. This is what's left. Woo! So railguns, not on my list of things I love. I'm going to go ahead and retreat this fleet out. We obviously don't want to lose the Juggy or Sirs Kershaw fighting them again, and they do have a massive advantage here. Once we get them out of there, though, I'm going to refit this Juggernaut for something else. I'm just not sure what yet. One of the things we did see in the comments is people saying that part of the reason we had such an issue is because we finally ran up against another carrier fleet because they had carriers and they were potentially using bombers. I'm actually willing to accept that that could have been part of the problem. So in order for us to figure out whether or not that is the case, what I'm going to do is send this other fleet of carriers up here to fight with that same Sophon fleet. Obviously, they'll have reinforced by then. Yeah, they've already done so. I just want to see how that fleet does in comparison to the other fleet. It'll be interesting because if they get wrecked, if they get absolutely destroyed, then maybe Shotgun Fleet wasn't a terrible idea. Maybe we just weren't prepared for the Sophon carriers, and we need to bring more fighters to take out their bombers, or more flak, or something like that. But what I'm more of the opinion of is that the railguns just don't have the damage. They probably don't have the damage and the fire rate to do what I wanted them to do. We may have actually been better off going with just straight up projectile slugs, which are also best at short range, but have a much, much higher rate of fire. So we may try that out. There's a lot of different things we can try out.
It's hard to tell your friends from your enemies, isn't it?
That's because you don't have any friends. Nobody likes you, Slug. Now give me the stuffs. Okay, so we're going to run through these real quick. We'll definitely take some economic tribute here. More antimatter is always a good thing. Definitely okay with that. Yeah, let's go with that. GIF all the antimatter. GIF all. We want all of that. Please and thank you. Hey, we got it. Nice. Cravers. No, you're not. You're not coming. You're terrified. You are the weakest empire in the galaxy. Just give us stuff before I get angry and squish you. I'm gonna squish them anyway, though, guys. Don't tell them. Don't tell them. Especially not considering they're sort of insectoid in nature. Like, they don't like the squishing, okay? Alright, so let's do that. We do have a demand with the Riftborn, who are now our allies due to the UE bringing them into the Alliance, which is super awesome. Thanks a lot for that, UE. I mean, it's not that bad. It doesn't mean that we're not ever going to have to fight them again, which is nice, because it would just be a waste of resources at this time to go back at them. Yeah, we'll do antimatter. Give us 61 antimatter so we can build some more carriers. Wow! Our allies just took minus 30% on all FIDs. That's lovely. Not all FIDs, but most of their FIDs gains. Okay, Kuyos has finished terraforming to a monsoon. Let's see what we want to do with Kuyos here. We could go ahead and build level 4 system improvement. I want to check first and see if we've done that in Novaris, though. Because if we haven't done a level 4 in Novaris, that needs to be done first, as we're trying to use this influence sphere to take over a couple other systems. No, Novaris is fine. They've probably already done it. Look at that. We're going to have those Lumeris systems very, very quickly. So in that case, we will go ahead and do the level 4 improvement here. What else do we want to do, though? Shotgun Fleet, like, I'm going to delete Shotgun Fleet from our design list here in just a second, because that's how salty I am about Shotgun Fleet. Ooh, collect that relic while you're hanging out there, Oblit. What are you guys doing? Doesn't matter, we're going to have these guys pick up the relic that's here after they finish their carriers. They can finish their carriers first. I am so excited to see this carrier take on that fleet now, though, because I was hoping, I was so excited, guys. I was so excited for Shotgun Fleet. I thought it was going to be this great thing, and then it was just like, no. Okay, so we're hoping that it's not as bad as it seems, but it probably is. Ministry of Truth, definitely worth building. It's not that I didn't, I do want to say, Anna Thomas, I saw your comment. It's not that I don't want to build the Ministry of Truth. It's just that I'm not sure where it's best to build it. And because of the high resource cost, like, I don't know. I guess we'll build that. No. I know what we'll do. Karana's just doing science right now. Karana, you can do it. You can also do Body Language Institute. How do you not have that yet? How do you not have Mech Suit Quarter yet either? Do both of those and the Ministry. Just go all out, Karana. You got this. We have faith in you. Alright, Hoth has 3D printing, so I want to make sure they have mech suits first. It's fine. Military ship prices increase because there's rising tensions in the galaxy, you think? You think there's war everywhere, but is there rising tensions? I'm not sure. I'm just not sold, guys. I'm not sold. Oh, wow. Okay, so they're down to 0 manpower here. We can just go ahead and invade if we want to. Obviously, the reason we're not doing that just yet is because if we do invade, then what's going to end up happening is we're just going to fight against them drafting units, and that's just a waste of manpower. How long do we have left on this hack to Electra? 3 turns. That's annoying. That's very annoying. But it is what it is. I mean, we'll just have to wait. Honestly, no, we're going to get Seganis here soon enough, and we could convert that to our system and use it as a hacking point too, but that's not that beneficial either. Incandescence up here might actually be a better system for us to, like, throw a hack on if we have one available. We do have 2 available, so let's do this. If we jump from Atarka to here to Incandescence, it's going to be 14 turns. Man, that's insane. We definitely need an enemy system here to use as, like, a staging point, so I guess we're just waiting on Electra. In that case, what should we do with our additional hacks right here? We were working our way towards the Craver capital, and then we got caught. Let's do this. Let's go Ida, IC to Yetix here. It's tough once we get in this area because there's literally nothing for us to bounce off of. All we have once we get here is a direct hack, and those are just not the easiest ones to succeed with. But it is what it is. We're going to go with that and see how that pays off for us. In the meantime, though, let us go ahead and hack the Lumeris again. We can have them spawn some pirate ships just for fun. Because their new capital is right here. 1 system away from a place we can hack from. 3 turns. They could catch us there. I don't really care. Like, if they catch us there, it's not the end of the world for us. Still strong defensively there. And here is the Academy fleet. It is on our side now. I think what we'll do with the Academy fleet is we'll just send them right here and just hold Yetix. We'll have them hold Yetix as a defensive force to make it somewhere that we can always go if we need to. And we still have our science behemoths just chilling here. They're just basically like, what's up? We're making lots of science and stuff. Yo. Okay. The rest of these guys are fine just hanging out. Are they actually blockading here? They should be. Yes, nobody gets through. Nobody gets through. Oh, look at that. Craver colony ship on its way through. Where are you guys going? You trying to go over to Asulo here? Are you kidding me? Shoot that. Shoot that, make it run, do what you gotta do. I'm fine with that. We're not gonna watch it. They're gonna retreat anyway. Unless they can't, which doesn't matter. They got popped anyway. We did not get any rewards for that, which is weird because we take trophies there. Alright. Okay, that's fine. Be like that then, game. Be like that. It's so funny, we like forced peace with the Lumeris and it lasted for like 2 turns, I think. If that. It was like 1 or 2 turns. They like bought their way out of the piece, I guess. Hostile trace detected, show location. Wow, yeah, they found it on Gatria very fast. They're probably gonna catch us on that hack unless we cancel it. Just fine, we'll just cancel that. We'll incur a penalty for 3 turns, it's whatever. We don't want to lose the backdoor on Merope. It's more irritating that they caught that hack there, and it means that we now have to wait to, like, rehack it than anything else. Let's just bounce one from Dill here over to Edisir. That's fine. That'll still hit the Lumeris. We'll still be able to mess with them. That's all we're really doing right now with the hacks is just trolling. Norn de Gearet doesn't have anything we want to buy, even. Avionord is the same way, I think, but I guess I'll take the second level of that for what good it does, which isn't much. Nakalim population on Bonnie, no you do not. You're gone, Nakalim. Go to Nope. Can't send him to Noveris anymore. There's nowhere for the Nakalim pop to go. Oh no, it's okay. We're still gonna be getting... I don't think that's even necessary at this point. We've already got some, it looks like some Nakalim population here, so it's not that big of a deal. I've just been bouncing them off to make sure that we increase, you know, keep the chance of getting the Zermasala maxed out. But I think at this point, the chance is pretty much fixed at 50%. Chance to increment 100, chance to increment 0. Okay. So yeah, there's like a, with the boost, there's like a 200% chance of getting a Zermasala and like a 50 chance of getting Nakalim. It's not a big deal. We're just gonna leave it alone for now. Everybody move. Please, please, please get our Juggy out of there. Oh, good. Okay, the Juggy is safe. That is the most important thing right now. We have saved the Juggy. Speaking of which, that Juggernaut needs to be refitted because these railguns are trash. absolute garbage. I am so disappointed with our railguns. So disappointed. I could not be more disappointed with our railguns. It's like a tisk tisk moment. Like, come on. What is this garbage? What is this garbage? So we could go ahead and put impregnable defenses on here. I think that's better than this. I mean, this does repair HP, though. And give more health. Impregnable shielding is not as good as it would appear initially. Although it does reload the shield by a large capacity, so it's actually very strong against lasers. Projectile damage and critical chance here, that could have been potentially helpful. But I mean, at the same time, if Railgun Fleet requires us to dump a bunch of, like, resources into modules, is it even as good as Missile Fleet? And the answer is no. No, it's not. So I think we're fine with most of these things. We just kind of want to switch up these guns. We could include more squadrons. That could definitely be a bigger part of what we need here. And honestly, I think that's not a terrible idea. When we really look at it, it feels like that's probably something that we should be doing with our Juggy. Like, if they're on carriers now, we should probably just be using our Juggernaut to provide fighter coverage for our other carriers. And then we can use this large weapon slot for the bang we want to bring. Now, in this case, what I think I want to do with their weapons... So either we go with projectiles and we try to get in real close, or the other option is that we just go with lasers. I actually really like the potential of going in with lasers and then using a fixed to medium range strategy with the sneaking modules. That's something I might try here now that we've proven that the railguns are not what we want. But for right now, I think we're best off just loading up with more missiles. I think we're best off loading up with more missiles and probably some swarm missiles here just to do that right. We do have an advanced fighter, so we can replace that module. Excellent. Okay. That's good. We're going to go with that design for our Juggy. We're going to upgrade it, which costs us a little bit of titanium and some dust. Not really worried about the dust. 152k dust. I think we're okay on dust. Alright, this is it. The moment we've all been waiting for. Carrier fleet lands on Tylus, and we go, go, go. I'm gonna be so, like... I'm actually gonna be kind of frustrated if Carrier Fleet just dominates here. I really am, because it's gonna be like... Okay, so we have a worse... Technically, a much worse profile than we did when we came in last time. However, this time we are using Carrier Fleet, which has missiles and better range profiles, in my opinion, so we're gonna try taking advantage of that. I think we want doubles in the center here, and they have a huge, huge force, too. Look at that. We'll go ahead and watch this one. If we whelp this fleet, it's gonna sting a little bit, but that's okay. We also don't have a hero on this fleet, and they do have a hero, and the Sophon heroes actually have a very, very large damage boost to lasers, which could be problematic, but I think we're gonna be fine here. We'll see. We'll see. The reality is lasers need to get in a lot closer than missiles do to even begin doing damage. So I have a feeling we're gonna be fine here. Although they do have, better critical hit bonuses on that battle strategy, so that could be something. Okay, here we go. Do we go with overview cam? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go with overview cam. I know that the ship battles are beautiful, but I love overview cam because it actually gives you a feel for what's happening in the battle. So we can see the bulk of their forces. Their smaller forces are up here. The bulk of their larger forces are back here, and then this area is just basically empty. What I want to see, though, is how quickly stuff dies. Look at that. One ship down already with Missile Fleet. One ship just gone in the first volley. And that's what I think we see more often than not with Missile Fleet, is we just see another ship gone with the volley. We now have the morale bonus. Come on, guys. Keep firing. You got this. You got this, and when we're done, we'll go ahead and take a look at the advanced battle screen for the results. I should have done that with Shotgun Fleet, but I was just like out of time and also late for work and also super disappointed in Shotgun Fleet. Come on, guys, you can do this. You can hang in there. Wow, I don't know why, but my audio is like popping really bad right now. Oh gosh, and that looks like it's coming through there as well. What in the world? Okay, now the audio has just completely died. I don't know what that's all about, guys. I'm so sorry. What in the world is that all about? and now it's back and it's just kind of crackly. I have no idea what's going on with the audio right now. We did lose a carrier, though, so we're just going to keep going and not worry too much about the audio until we get out of this battle and see what's up with that. Thanks, person who drove by in the super loud car. Love living on a busy road. Okay, lots of missiles coming in here, though. We're still doing pretty okay. I mean, it does look like our results are comparable to Shotgun Fleet results, though. And if we actually zoom in on Fleet 2 here, you can see there's definitely, I think, bombers whizzing around here doing damage to our carriers. That's very interesting. Okay. So I think that there's definitely something to be said for those bombers, and that Shotgun Fleet maybe isn't as terrible as we might have thought it was. I'm more blown away by why our sound just suddenly died, though. That's actually a bigger concern to me. So we actually drew here. Shotgun Fleet technically did better, although Shotgun Fleet did have a commander. Okay, and we are now supposedly... Okay. That's interesting. So the audio just completely died out in that combat. We got absolutely destroyed there, though. Absolutely destroyed. Lessons were learned. Lessons were learned. Let's go to advanced here, and let's try to do a little bit of analysis of what actually happened. So the flotillas were at medium range during phase 1. They did a ton more damage at medium range. Obviously, because they're in lasers. Yeah. They're in lasers. They have a hero that boosts laser damage, and they've got this battle strategy that increases critical damage, which is something that lasers do very well. They put out almost double the damage we did, but if you look at that, a majority of their damage was caused by bombers. Okay, so it is primarily the bombers that were an issue, more than necessarily Shotgun Fleet. So that's very interesting to me. That is very, very interesting to me, because I was under the impression that bombers actually didn't put out as much damage as weapons do, but it looks like bombers put out a significant amount of damage. Yeah. They put out a significant amount of damage. If we come over here and just look at our missed shots, for example, we did not miss... We missed less shots than they did, but it didn't matter. Dang, their missile weapons put out a lot more damage. Critical damage ignores your defense absorption, increases your health points, or increase your health points rather than your defenses if this value is high. Oh, okay, so no, their critical damage wasn't that high on the missiles either. Very interesting. Damage absorbed by their hull plating was 87,000. So we absorbed a lot of damage from their missiles, but we didn't actually... Wow, that's... They barely absorbed damage either. It's just that they had a ton of extra damage from their bombers. They did get a nice amount of critical damage from their lasers here. We vastly destroyed them in that particular area, but that was because that was sort of their flow-away flotilla right there. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so the bombers are the deal. Basically, we had been not using bombers because they weren't super effective against medium ships, but now that everybody is in these much larger carriers, it looks like bombers are the way to go. Okay, so that's going to mean some big-time retrofitting for our ships. That's okay, though. We're basically only using 3 potential designs. What I do want to do now, though, is now that we know that it wasn't exactly Shotgun Fleet's fault that that happened, I think we're going to maybe give Shotgun Fleet another chance, but with something a little bit different, right? Let's give them some more bombers. Let's put some more bombers out there for fun. And profit. Let's see. Advanced bombers here are lovely. I wonder if we can... There's probably not an easy way for us to tell what kind of bombers they're using. Advanced plasma bombers are even better. Let's go with those. So we'll go advanced plasma bombers in 2 of our slots, railguns in... Or maybe we just go plasma bombers in all the slots that will fit them. This is a very... See, that's another thing that's very interesting, is like, how many slots do we dedicate to this? 2 bomber slots could be very, very useful. 3 could be overkill, but maybe not. How do bombers even have a range profile? They don't seem to. Which is actually really good, because if they don't have a range profile at all, that's rather effective. So now if we look at these, the range profile on these is short for their most effective range, but that's only 85%, whereas our railguns are 100% effective at short range. But as you can see, The damage is fairly similar. I believe that the rate of fire is a lot lower on the railguns, but I'm not sure. So let's do this. Let's do maybe 50% bombers, 50% railguns. Although we did see that an excessive amount of their damage came from the bombers. So maybe instead we just go bombers and 2 railguns. I think that's a doable thing right there. In addition, we did upgrade our Juggernaut so that he now has, what was it? 1, 2, 3. 3 different squadrons of fighters here. We will potentially try railguns here again, and maybe we'll give him some flak as well. Let's give him some flak in one of his cannons, and we'll give him a big railgun too. Just a big old railgun. Gonna have to upgrade him again, not that worried about that. How much is that gonna cost us? 12,000 dust. Oh no, it cost us dust, guys. I don't know what we'll ever do now. Okay, so we did just upgrade. Was it this design for test carrier that we upgraded? No, it was shotgun fleet, that's right. So let's pump out some shotgun fleet ships here if we can. Test carrier ships already coming out of the queue. Do want to build a mech suit quarter here. In that case, what is the best system for production over here? It's probably still Kuyos, but we're going to double check real quick. Best system for production is Karana. Wow, we have a lot of places not constructing anything. That's not a good thing. We should probably go through and take care of these. So let's go ahead and do a lodestone link here in Bonnie, and then in Matarka, we will go ahead and shoot for... We could do well-being, but there's really no point. So I guess in Matarka it actually does make sense for us to basically just go, do public 3D printing. Or Planet Cracker. Either one is fine. I think we'll go with Planet Cracker. We have plenty of dust, now that I think about it. Planet Cracker it is. Okay, test carriers coming out here. All sorts of things coming out everywhere else. Hoth is fine. I do want to make sure that Hoth has... I could have swore you can extend this, but maybe that's only when you're in the actual system view. Okay. Just double checking these places. I want to make sure that everybody has the mech suit quarters if they can build it. Relic collection we're going to throw up on the queue in that one. Bushir is mostly done. They do need mech suit quarter. Something we want to keep in mind. And lodestone link is also something we would like them to build. Lovely. Okay. Who else? Kamos, where you at? Mech suit quarter is needed. What else? Mech suit quarter is probably good enough. Matarka, I think we already dealt with. Hoth, we already dealt with. Alright. Now, if we're just looking at our production ratings, Kamos and Karana are the 2 highest. So I guess we'll go to Kamos, and what we'll do is we'll throw a couple of our new shotgun fleets in queue there. I think we can only run 3 of them anyway. They are rather expensive resource-wise. We're actually out of adamantium here. Let's go to the market and see if we can buy some. We do have a ton of dust here. Novaris Ursa, major shipping is a thing now. We can also go ahead and pump that up if we want to get a little more from there. We'll probably do that, but first I want to make sure we get some adamantium here. Let's just see how much we would pay for 100. 39k. Sure. No worries here. Let's go ahead and bump this up maybe to about 10. Perfect. All the money, all the time, guys. I love having all the money in this game. It just means you basically go do whatever you want. Okay. That should all be good and done. We do need some research. We can go ahead and pick that up right now. We have a massive coverage on the research wheel. I don't think I've researched this much with any other faction before winning the game. So much for that research penalty, right? If you play around it, it works just fine. Quadrinix Fleet Shield, that's interesting, but not necessarily something I want to build here. Juggernaut, we can get another module. What is this? The Ion Wave ability will instantly destroy all the fleets on the node. Only ships in the Juggernaut's fleet are immune. It will leave your Juggernaut unable to move for 3 turns. So that's really strong, but I don't like things like that are, like, not interactable. Like, that's weird, because there's no way to interact with that. It just lands and blows them up, and that's not fun. At least not in my humble opinion. Fleet Cloaking level 3, that could be useful. I think most of all what I'd like here is probably some better bombers if we can find them, but I don't think there necessarily are any. Yeah, there's some laser fighters there that would be an improvement, but there's not really any bomber upgrades left. Okay. Well, lacking bomber upgrades here, we could go with Obliterator upgrades so that we can fire the Obliterator faster. I like that. Let's try that out. Ooh, wait a minute. Minus 25% delay between firing obliterator missiles, plus 50% obliterator projectile speed on fleets. Let's fire faster. I like fire faster more than I like the projectile actually travels faster. Ooh, we have a Nakalim specific tech here that could be interesting. Some extra dust, we don't really need that. That's not a huge boost for us. Perhaps something else then. Hero recovery rate, not so much. Intergalactic lectures here could be very nice. That would absolutely help us wrap up pretty much everyone. Bioenhancement facility would automatically upgrade all of our spin projects, or whatever they're called now. Unlocks additional modules for the invocation class hull. That's actually not a bad idea. That would make our carriers better. I'm going to go with that. And I think that's good for right now. Sirs Kershaw has leveled up. Sirs Kershaw, I am not entirely sure what you can do to be any better, my friend, but we're going to try. Ararin Turlamaz is our governor that makes all the systems we capture and convert happy. Zermasolopop on Bonnie, so that is still growing healthily. Subatomic disruption has completed. That will give us access to those advanced plasma bombers we're using, and to the extreme railgun. I hope we upgraded our shotgun fleets with that. If we did not, we should. I bet you we didn't, though. So we do have the advanced plasma bombers here, but we probably did not upgrade to the advanced railgun. Extreme railgun. Okay, extreme railgun it is. Hopefully that'll perform a little bit better. Yeah, that's all we want, is just those two. It's crazy to me how much, like, difference those bombers make now. Bombers against carriers seem very, very, very strong. Alright, you guys are probably fine. I do want to go in and take a look at our test carrier, too. The test carrier does require a few more strategic resources. It's not enough to be prohibitive, like where we don't want to build them. But it is somewhat of a pain. We can always go with our other carriers as well, but I think building some more test carriers is probably a better idea overall. Yeah, it's the Chancellor class is the other one. Let's merge these fleets. Beautiful. 30 points for 5 total carriers. I can live with that. Let's go ahead and look at upgrading our test carrier fleets a little bit as well. Ha there, test carrier. Right now, they're using a lot of resources, titanium, but still a lot of resources to build these guns, and we could simply be pulling these off and throwing in more bombers. And I feel like that's actually going to be more effective damage-wise. I don't know how we feel about basic swarm missiles, or rather, the efficiency of missiles anymore at all, considering we're now dedicating more slots to these bombers. Very interesting. I think it's okay. I think we'll try it like that. That should actually reduce the titanium need when we're building those fleets as well, which is good. Let's go ahead and upgrade all those. In the meantime, let's see if we can take a couple of these and throw them in with Sirs Kershaw, and we'll take this fleet up there and give it a little test run. Although this Juggy does now have the short-range railgun again, I believe. He does. Okay. I mean, it's whatever. He also has a bunch of fighters just to provide cover for the fleet, so I'm kind of okay with that. Let's give this fleet a shot. Go, guys, go, test yourselves, and you should probably get out of here, Chancellor, before you get popped, because you're not going to survive another fight there. Oh, did the Juggy fleet land already? It did, let's go! Alright, next test. We have a massive, massive advantage here. Just massive. I'm going to switch us back to our shield absorption plan, though, and with that, what we're going to do is... This guy is best at short range, so I'm actually pull our Juggernaut up there if I can. I can indeed. Pull our other carrier down here. Last time they went really, really light in this fleet, though, so I'm not sure if that's the best idea. Although I'm reasonably sure that these squadron fleets actually do cross lines and stuff, so maybe it won't be so much of an issue. Alright, fingers crossed we don't lose sound this time, guys. Fingers crossed. We got this. Definitely doing some fun late-game combat testing here. That sound thing was so crazy. I'm gonna try to remove all of the crazy popping and stuff in post. Okay, here we go. This is it. Ooh, look at that. They're coming in for this strat. They are ready. Oh, I'm actually kind of concerned about this guy being kind of off on his own with the... You know, it's not a ton of ships, but it's a few ships. Come on, guys, you got this. And now, of course, we've killed all of their large ships, so all we have is a bunch of bombers, which are not super effective against smaller ships, which may basically punish us for switching over to bombers. I don't know about that, though. We're still clearing quite well right now. Clearing quite well. I am concerned about the health of our behemoth here, but I guess I shouldn't be, because he seems to be doing just fine. He is 3-1 right here, and he is losing health at sort of an alarming rate. As long as he survives, it's okay, though. These fleets right here, this fleet in particular, not taking as much damage as I would like it to. The good news is, though, once it gets to about this range, these guys should be able to fire on them as well instead of just these smaller ships. And we should see some better impact there. Does look like their carrier here is taking considerably more damage, likely from those bombers. If we zoom in, maybe we can see that. Oh yeah, look at those bombers go. They are just bringing the damage. Okay, I'm gonna zoom back out, though, because that started messing up our sound again. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's not fun. Okay, and the sound has died. Well, I guess the good news is now I can zoom in and we can watch those bombers work. Come on, explode it, explode it. Okay, so we did clear this fleet entirely, almost cleared this middle fleet entirely, and the far right fleet is taking considerable damage. Just rearrange that camera a little bit. We come out on top entirely, or what's up? We're definitely not done. We are still firing on this fleet over here. We're still firing on both fleets, so there's a very real chance that we're going to finish these ships off before we leave combat. Come on. Get them, boys. Take that thing out. Oh, do you see the bomber squadron coming? Look at that bomber squadron, though. Why are you going after that little ship, though? Go after this biggin. Go after this biggin right here. Don't swarm the little one. Go after the big one. Oh, well. Why did they go after that one instead of that one? Come on, prioritize. Prioritize, guys, come on. Prioritize, bombers. Do your thing correctly. Okay, so we lost a test carrier there. It was still a much better performance. It almost feels like bombers are just the way to go here. If we go into advanced and we take a look at where we're at now, actually not that much of the damage was caused by bombers. You gotta believe that's because they were basically out of large ships, though. They did a lot more bomber damage than we did, and it can't be because they're bringing a lot more bombers to the show. Like, yeah, you can see their bomber count here. They've got 8 bombers total, or 9 bombers total, and we brought like a ridiculous amount of them. The thing is, the bombers don't do as much damage to smaller ships, so that's where we reach this sort of impasse of needing to have like a good mixture here. In this case, I think we would have been better off if we had mixed in a few more guns, or a few more missiles rather. So maybe we'll do that. The idea was sort of to be prepared for them bringing in more large ships, and then they didn't bring large ships in, and we paid for that, so that's interesting as well. We won, though. I'll take it. I'll take the victory. That's definitely better than losing like we had the last couple times. Hi there, Chancellorship. You can fold on in here. We wouldn't mind that at all. How are you guys doing? You're pretty hurt. You're probably going to be retreating here real quick. That's fine. We still have these massive fleets over here. They're actually probably in a lot of danger if you think about it, because we don't have any bombers on these, and if they just bring a big bomber fleet here, we could be in a lot of trouble. So I think what we'll do there is, even though we're kind of waiting for this hack to finish so that we can really expose Theia, we're just going to start the invasion. We have the manpower. Like, we have a ridiculous amount of manpower on this system. We're just going to start the invasion on Theia. Yeah, 24,000 in reserve. Guess we go with Blitz here. Oh, wow. Okay, so Theia is ours immediately. They even conscripted, it didn't matter. We just overwhelmed them with manpower. So I'm going to go ahead and occupy Theia. That's awesome. So we do need to move our governor friend, over here. Where are you, my dear friend who makes people happy? You're right there. Okay, lovely. And then after that, we'll obviously be building all of the things we would normally build, which is give us more influence, give us more happiness, production, things like that. Anything that's going to help us take over more Sophon space. And we can also begin the terraforming process for all of their planets. Lovely. Now, we will want to go to or leave war with them very soon and start to work towards the Cravers now. It was fun to test against their ships, though. Unfortunately, we're also out of time. I went way over last time, and I apologize for that, guys. I'm only about 5 minutes over this time. But I think it was worth it for us to be able to test out the different builds we tested out and kind of learn a little bit more about what combat looks like in the very, very late game of Endless Space 2. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to go ahead and give us a like or subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time. Bye!